Hi everyone, in this video we are going to talk about solubility equilibrium explanation questions and how to effectively answer them. So for solubility equilibrium explanation questions, it is important for us to look at the phenomenon that's occurring. So for example, where in this case we need to explain why silver chloride solid will dissolve in excess when excess NH3 is added to it. So the first thing that we ought to do is to be able to write down the two equations. So the first equation that we are interested in is the equation for the dissolution of AgCl, which is AgCl dissolving to form Ag plus and Cl minus. And the second equation is the equation for change. So the first one is the solubility equation, right? And the second one is the change itself. Both of these are our equations. So make sure you have something similar to this first. And after that, the third and the most important one is how the equilibrium shifts. Okay, so at the end of the day, to explain the fact that this AgCl dissolves, we have to talk about the shift of equilibrium of the first equation from the left to the right hand side. So this is the only way to show that this is dissolving. Okay, nothing else, just this. So therefore, using this idea of change, we must be able to explain why the equilibrium of the equilibrium position of the solubility equation shifts. And so we will point our attention to the change itself. So in this case, the change is the addition of NH3, and the addition of NH3 causes the position equilibrium of equation number 2 to shift to the right to form more NH3 2 plus. And what this means is that the amount, or rather the concentration of Ag plus decreases. Okay, so we have now accounted for the equation in change, and now by using this information here, we can show that this Ag plus concentration has decreased. So because it has decreased, now IP has now fallen below KSP, and when that happens, this is going to shift to the right and dissolve. Alright, so that is the main idea that we are looking for. Okay, so let me reiterate again. We start by looking at the change. Alright, so based on the change, this addition of NH3 causes this Ag plus to go down, and now we use this phenomenon, transfer it to the first equation. Since Ag plus went down, okay, now as you are looking at solubility equilibrium, this goes down, and so the position of equilibrium shifts to the right, and so this thing here will dissolve, given that IP is now smaller than KSP. So this is how we can answer different kinds of solubility equilibrium explanation questions. As long as you understand what the change is, use the change to affect the solubility equation's position of equilibrium itself.